Welcome back, everybody. Years ago, when I was growing up, going to the movies was a big deal. Before the days of Empire theaters and the multiplex cinema, St. John's had standalone movie houses. When I was a kid, we had only two, one uptown and one downtown. This is Henry Street in downtown St. John's, and when I was a kid, my favorite movie theater was located on this street. This is the Capitol, and when a really hot movie was playing at the Capitol, there'd be a line of people all the way down Henry Street waiting to get in. I liked it because it wasn't too big and because it was downtown, just a short hop to Water Street and all the stores. Uptown on Harvey Road was the Paramount, now an office building. A lot of people liked the Paramount better because it was bigger and a little glitzier. But you know what? The old Capitol had something the Paramount didn't. Let's go inside.
One of them will say that she'll agree now. You will see now. All night they fight as to which of them was right in the color of
The building that housed the old Capitol Theater is the TA building, or Total Abstinence Building, built by the Total Abstinence Society, which, by the way, is now owned by the CBC. Most of the area that was the old movie house has since been turned into offices and radio studios. The theater closed in the 1970s, you see. There is one area, however, that still exists. These stairs lead to the only part of the Capitol that's still around today. Nobody's been allowed up here, by the way, for years, until now. Follow me. I remember these colors, red and green, and the old black and red carpeting. This was a light. Obviously two bulbs here. There was a plastic screen over that. It lit the stairs as you walked up. Boy, I didn't realize it was such a climb. Well, here we are, friends. The balcony of the old Capitol Theater. That's where the projection booth was. And these are the seats we sat in as kids. Boy, this brings back memories. And I don't mean balcony hanky-panky memories, although I'm sure there was some hanky-panky that happened up here. You know, these seats look like they're still in pretty good shape. I think I'll try one. Oh, yeah. Still pretty comfortable. Down there over that rail was the main body of the theater. We could look over the heads of the people on the main floor. And about 40, 50 feet ahead of that was the screen. What you're looking at there is not the screen, that's the exterior wall of what is now the largest CBC radio studio in the province. My first memory of seeing a movie in this theater was the sound of music. I was about that high. I can still remember seeing Julie Andrews twirl across that screen on top of that mountain.
The hills are alive with the sound of music. With songs they have sung.
Longtime St. John's resident Paul O'Neill remembers weekly visits to the Capitol.
Well, my father and mother would take my little brother and me every Friday night to the movie at the Capitol, provided it was approved by the Legion of Decency. But what was disapproved in those days would be considered old hat now. Anyway, I remember one time we went to a Jenna MacDonald movie called Cairo, and in it she took a bubble bath, and of course the bubbles came right up to her neck practically. And Mother said, "Isn't that shocking? That woman, I thought she was better than that."
As this early advertisement shows, the Capitol, Newfoundland's friendly theater, was the place to see stars like Gregory Peck and Anne Blythe in movies such as The World in His Arms. But Paul O'Neill remembers a couple of other theaters in addition to the Capitol and the Paramount.
There were two others, which we went to quite often as well. The Star, which is the Star Hall on Henry Street, and the Nichol, which is now a condo. And they did play different movies. Like we went to the Star to see all the 20th Century Fox musicals, Betty Grable pictures and Alice Faye pictures and all that sort of stuff. And we went to the Nichol to see the English movies. They would show the Gainsborough films and Sydney Box Productions and whatever from England. So you had your choice of going to the Nichol or the Capitol or the Star.
One of the last pictures to play here at the Capitol was The Towering Inferno.
Irwin Allen's production of The Towering Inferno.
This story may or may not be true, but the story was that when The Towering Inferno was playing here at the Capitol, a fire actually did break out. And when the audience started to smell smoke, they thought it was one of the special effects for the movie. It was only when they were asked to evacuate that they realized there really was a fire. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this look back at the old Capitol Theater, and join me again another time for another memory.